How we doing, guys? All right? Welcome to a rainy day on Monday. Always. There we go. That's good. All right. I like it. You guys ready to roll? Where's Edgar?
Right here.
Okay. Yeah, he does. It's hard. I like it though. I'm trying to understand the chaos here, right? So. Well, guys, first and foremost, really excited about where our football team's at and how they've gotten here and what they've accomplished so far. And you know what? My hat's off to them. And obviously, as we talked about after the game, there's a lot of things we need to work on, and we will work on, and we'll get better at. They took it to us in some phases of the game, and yet probably as dominant a performance in special teams and defense as I've ever been involved with. That was great to see. And when we needed, we finished. And those are very, very positives in everything that you do. I think there were some guys that for some reason, and I will figure it out, but I don't think they answered the bell. And what do I mean by that? I think as they continued to kind of take it to us, I'm not sure we responded the way you should. In other words, go finish and go win this play and don't worry about the end results. Too much time, guys, we worry in life about results, but what we've got to understand is to get the results we want, it's accumulation of consistent, play-by-play, moment-by-moment wins that help you get the result. So, keeping our head down, not focusing on anything but what's important at that moment is something we've got to do. And I think there were some guys pressing. And, part of that might have been understanding what that game was about to accomplish, which is a place that this program has not been in a while. And you know what? We accomplished it, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm more excited about getting out to practice today and getting ready for this next ball game and really focusing on what we do to get better. And, we've got a very good opponent that we're going to play. Guys are playing hard. They're playing to go to a bowl game. They got a chance to play the SEC East champs. It's a heck of a lot of motivation there. But at the end of the day, this focus is about us and what we do to prepare ourselves to go play well and play hard and finish in a lot of the things it takes to be truly successful in life. So this will be a great learning experience for us and our guys who, let's face it, are in uncharted waters. They haven't ever been here. I'm looking forward to it. This is when it really gets fun, and we should be excited about it. And as Gators around the country, we should be excited about where these guys have come and how far they've come to help this university be to where it should be and help this football program get back to where it belongs. And we've got a ways to go, and we'll get there. And that's the exciting thing, and that's why I love these guys. A lot of fun to be around. Questions? Oh, can I do injuries first? Sorry. I saw the look on your face. Joey Ivy will be out. Keanu Neal will be questionable with a foot. David Sharp will be day-to-day. He played, obviously, in the second half, not very effectively, yet he went in there and scrapped pretty good. But got to understand, part of this, guys, is you got to practice. That's probably that is on me. We got to make sure that these guys understand the importance of taking the reps during the week to prepare yourself to be successful on a Saturday. It's no different than anybody else in what they do in their job. It's about preparation. We've got to do a good job of that. John Bullard will not go today. He's probably doubtful. He's got a arm deal, so we'll see how that goes as the week goes on. Other than that, Martez is good. He's ready to go. He played really hard in that ball game. That's really it from the game. Okay?
Pat,
Go ahead.
We talked a lot about the noon start last week. Now
Yep.
you got a noon start on the road.
It's like things flying around in here. Noon start on the road.
Noon
Here we
start
go.
on the road. You've won the East. I mean, it's a challenge, I would think, to motivate guys that are kind of playing with house money.
Yeah, and that's why I said I'm kind of excited about this new challenge and the uncharted waters that we're in. It's really about discovery for a program that should be here in this position every year. And, that's what the fun part is. That's the coaching, the teaching, that part is really, for us as coaches, as a program, it's the educational piece, not only for the players now, but for all the people who are only talking about something that's going to happen December 5th. Could be our whole organization. It's the understanding that that'll happen, that'll come. But what we're willing to do to put that, hey, it'll show up. Let's do what we do and how we got here and understand that. I think that's an important message. I think there were a whole lot of people, and probably me included, all right, that I just wanted that last game to end. Just so we got that piece done with. Okay, good. Here it is. Good. That's over. And so I'm not sure the approach was totally right, and yet the result was awesome. It was a win for the Gators. So a lot to build on there. We don't have school on Wednesday, so we'll actually push everything to a noon. So that's going to mess you guys up. All right, just so you know, that's a little foreshadowing for you. Okay, we'll practice around noon, right kickoff time. We'll have meetings before. We'll have breakfast at 8. The same approach setting up for that noon game. Look, they will be trained and they will have experienced what it is to go and do a noon game. And it shouldn't be an excuse, and yet it's human nature, as we all know. That's the beauty of this. We got 18 to, Tripp's in Jake's case, 23-year-old guys, trying to understand what it is to really, truly be successful. And that's what makes this fun.
Thomas.
I know you had some O-line issues Saturday, but I'm curious, now that you've had 3 games with Treon Harris going against SEC competition, have you seen him take strides from week to week, and if so, kind of where at?
Yeah, he's done some really good things, and he's done some things that continue, need to work on. And the one thing I will say about him is, he's doing some things to help us win ball games as well. This was the first game all year, really, where we were on the downside of the turnover part, and yet we, to win a game with 4 turnovers, man, that stuff doesn't happen. You got to have a little resolve, and I think our guys did that. And but it's a work in progress. But I think the thing everybody needs to know, this is a beauty, man. When you're the quarterback, everything is you're the greatest, or you know what, you're the issue of the world, okay? But what they don't understand is there's 10 other guys out there at every given play. Hopefully you got the right personnel groups, right? But there's 10 other guys that are responsible to do their job. And if you don't do your job, the guy that usually gets all the criticism is that spot. Now, we sign up to do that, and that's cool. That's part of it. But I think the understanding is the importance of what everybody else is doing around them. And we've got to get better in some of those spots as well.
Jesse over here to the right, and then Edgar.
In light of the
Jess
bullet-
was actually working the stadium stairs the other day.
I saw Coach.
That was nicely done. I didn't know you had that in you. Oh, is that what it was? I got you.
In light of the Bullard news, just how impressed have you been with Brian Cox this year? His
Yeah.
versatility on playing fullback and just his production on defense, kind of being overshadowed by Bullard and McAllister and those guys.
Here's the one thing. His stuff, as you know, we recognize those who don't show up in the box score. This guy is based on his play and how hard he goes. Both he and CeCe taking an extra role for us on offense, in our gray package is something that, man, those guys are giving everything they've got. And, in his case, this guy loves to play the game. And he plays the game the way you should, with an effort and an intensity on that given down as hard as he can go. And that's a credit to him. And in turn, guys see that on film. We always talk about being proud of what you put on film. Your film is your resume, and it's what's out there forever. He truly can be proud of what he puts on film because of how hard he plays.
Edgar, and then Robbie.
You were complimentary of the way the team practiced, at least through Wednesday last week.
Yeah, and you know what? Even, I'll tell you, even Thursday, there was good. There was good energy. They came to breakfast, ready to roll. We had a good clap session. We got off to a fast start. That might have been part of the problem. The nature of maybe, this is going to be easy. We got this, right? We get the overturned touchdown after a big kickoff return, after Jordan's run. It's like, this is going to be a cakewalk. Well, what they didn't realize is the guys on the other side came in with a mindset to beat their tails, and I'm not sure we ever responded to it.
Is this the kind of maybe reality check, so to speak, you can build upon here heading into this home
Well,
stretch with
I
all these
think
big
what
games?
I think what it is, kind of going back and echoing to being proud of what you put on film. The one thing you do control is how hard you go from start to finish. Here's the interesting thing: if you do the math, and I'm not real good at math, but each play averages around 4 seconds. So if you're going to play 70 plays, somebody get their calculator out. How much? Okay, something like that, which makes it, what, 4 and a half minutes? About 5 minutes. So think of this, guys. Somebody that plays that many plays, and no one really does play all those. But what are we asking for? You're asking for 4.5 minutes. One CBS timeout. So when you break it down into that, I mean, really, can you just give 4 seconds at a time of your life for the people around you? Quit feeling sorry for yourself and go focus on that 4 seconds? Some guys do, some guys don't. It's hard, man.
New shirt? It's pretty sharp.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What-
Really? Yeah, did you tweet that? That's good. That's pretty. It's a fashion statement.
What,
It's one of those things I guarantee you in Montana I'm not known for fashion statements, but I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, no, it was a gift, and
Thanks, Jeremy.
and no, I wish that tight son of a bitch would have get. Yeah. I say that affectionately.
besides improving your fashion, what are the areas you guys really need to lock down
Well,
here
we
in the
need to
next
lock.
few weeks?
We need to lock down how we go about the investment every single day, and really, when it comes to the event, how we choose to really strain and do the best. Because sometimes you're going to get out athleted, whatever. That stuff happens. But for the most part, each one of us control the energy, the effort, the amount of intensity that we go about that 4-second event. And that's something we got to get better at.
Robbie?
Coach, the issues on the line the other day, was it just getting physically beat, or were there a bunch of mental errors or a combination?
No,
of
you know
both?
what? For the most part, we were on the right guys. I mean, our assignment might not have been the issue as much as the execution and the finish of the assignment. It was rather embarrassing, actually. And yet, it goes back to being proud of what you put on film.
And how hard is it on the play caller when you're getting beat up front like that?
Well, I can tell you this, it's miserable because it's like, but part of that too is understanding that, you know what, they gutted through it. It was an ugly little 5 plays to go get there to the end, but the result was you win the game. And you know what, I don't think there were a lot of you that probably thought we would be in this position right now. I'm kind of looking around,
You're right.
looking for some honest self-evaluation here, right? So, yeah, well, thanks. I appreciate that. You were the one guy that jumped us up from 6th or whatever, right?
Zach up front to the right.
Jim, obviously, practice will determine this week where you guys go kicking-wise. How much are you hoping that kick for Austin can – you talked about the ability,
Yeah.
but having it upstairs, how much can that give him some
Well, I
confidence?
think your confidence anytime it's just like, you're a shooter, I mean, you make that shot and you feel pretty good about the next one. And so now it's just continue to work through that process. He was going to kick the deep ones. The other guy was going to kick the short ones. He's done a great job kicking off, obviously.
Yeah.
That's been a weapon for us. So we just got to continue to do that.
And then with Joey Ivy out and John Bullard potentially, you have Caleb and the Wyoming Wildman there, D-tackle. Who are some other guys that would need to step up
Well,
in this
CC
game?
will obviously play a bunch more, right? In Jordan's case, I guess that would be just a 1/2 deal, so we kind of got to work through that, right, for going into that. So, but we'll have some guys step up and play good.
Is Thomas Holly, will he be available?
No, he's I haven't really mentioned him only because that hip deal. He's probably on the shelf. Yeah, but Kerry Clark's doing a great job in there, and that obviously ups his play as well, right?
Mark over to the left.
What do you now, 9 games in or whatever? What do you make of DeMarcus Robinson? It's a little bit of this, but
I'll tell you, I think he's probably come farther than any guy on our football team, as far as
attitude and
he had a great attitude. This guy loves to practice, loves to play, and you know what? He played his tail off in that game, and it showed. And I guess the greatest thing is he's seeing that he can. But really, it's his choice. And as I've told all the scouts that come through, this guy's come farther than any guy in our program, and I'm proud of him.
what makes you think? I'm just trying to put a finger on what aspect of him do you think's come the furthest, or have that kind of progress? You said it wasn't his attitude. It's not really. He was good last year, play wise.
Yeah, I guess when you look at it, but do your job, right? Be consistent in what you do. They also just lined him up over to the bench side and told him what to run every play. I mean, is that how you go through life? You're just going to enable that type of behavior? I don't believe in that, because there's more to him, and he's a smart guy, and he cares. And like I said, I think he's come farther than any guy in our program.
Thank you.
Edgar?
What do you think of the job Sean Elliott's done stepping in for Spurrier, difficult circumstances? And the team, I think, has been praised, and a few corners for just playing extremely hard under Elliott the last few weeks.
Yeah, and I think, that they're playing for a lot of reasons. I think obviously what coach's legacy there, here's a guy who put them back on the map. They when you turn the film on, you see how close they were. I mean, shoot, the fumble against Tennessee by, going down, they're going to win the game. There's these circumstances. They beat whatever and one North Carolina team that, you know, is playing lights out now, right? I mean, they've been in all these games. You know, I don't want to be that guy that lets them get over the hump, but really, that's our player. That's our choice as to how we go play the game, and that's why this will be another great opportunity for us to go out and get a little better.
Anyone stand out in particular?
They got a lot of guys that stand out in particular, but like I said, guys, it really, when it really comes down, it's not the focus of them. It's they're going to show up in these fronts. They're going to run these plays. Obviously, Cooper's a guy that, I mean, this is as good a player as there is in the conference, and he can beat you every which way you want. But a wise man once told me, he said, you know, no matter what, on defense, you're either going to be an over, under, otter sink. Doesn't matter. That's what they're going to be in. That's it. So the execution of your rules and how you go execute against that, it doesn't matter who they are. It matters who we are. And that's what we've got to understand.
Nick up front to the right.
With Cal Neal dealing with an injury, what would you do in the secondary next to Marcus May there at safety?
Well, we've got a lot of choices, obviously. Duke's been playing great. Marcel's been doing good. I mean, you can see those guys' reps have been handling, you know, our nickel and dime packages were. That's a spot we've got some people now. We need him because he's a catalyst back there. But if he's not able to go, somebody will step up and play.
And then Jordan Scarlett, you mentioned earlier, guys might have been pressing, doing too much. In high school, he could probably break that tackle split field on his carry where he lost a couple yards. How do you use that as a teaching moment for him?
Well, I mean, you see it, and sometimes, you know, I guess. Was it Kenny Rogers? You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. In that case, just go ahead and fold them and get back and go play the next one, right? And that would not be with the association. Kenny Rogers and the, there you go. Well, I mean, it depends on what era you're going to talk about the guy, right? Okay.
Have you spoken to Spurrier since he stepped down?
Yeah, he actually a couple times, and what was great is he gave a call. Yeah, it means a lot, you know. I enjoy. I look forward to this, you know, getting out of the way, and then where I can get in and really pick his brain, you know. And that guy's a gator, man.
Are you looking forward to get on a golf course with him?
I don't want to lose my money.
Any final questions for Coach?
He called you after Saturday, Coach?
Yeah, after Georgia. So, yeah. All right, we good?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.